Cost you $10 if you want to park.
Do it.
But Jose, how much?
Yeah. All right. Say hey, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Over there is Dabby Cab from apparently Texas's asshole, huh?
You listened, right? That's Lubbock,
Texas's
man.
asshole.
Am I muted?
I didn't realize. No, you're good. You're good. I didn't realize it was Texas's asshole. Why is that so? I've never been.
Man, Lubbock is. There's one thing in Lubbock, and that's the college, right? But outside of the college, you've got dust, dirt, wind,
Sure,
and that's about it.
Fair. Well, that's great. Well, I'm glad you're living the life over there. I'm glad we could take you away from the family for a little bit. I'll say that quietly. But it's nice to see you.
It's all good. We're happy.
Oh, great. Awesome. There you go. Even better for Dabby Cab. Nice to see everyone in the chat as always. Let's get right into it, guys, because we have a big card here. A lot of games to talk about, and I specifically have a few bets that I'm excited about. Good day yesterday, up another unit. We're up to 13 units on the year. Our Saturday record, though, I didn't calculate it for this week.
We don't need to know it yet. We'll worry about that after a couple good days.
Yes, because I can tell you right now, it is bad. So we have to lock in here. That's why it's just Dabby Cab and I. We're going to lock in here, and we're going to have a good Saturday, starting with this game, Dodgers-Blue Jays. One of the games I'm excited to watch here. Now, the Blue Jays got fucking pumped last night. And unfortunately for our friend Jimmy the Bag, he was on first five. At least he knew immediately that bet was over. So that was nice for him. But I think today was the day to bet the Blue Jays here. And Dabby, we've talked about Yusei already. We've talked about the bottle of whiskey after the games. I've bet him several times this year. Glass now, sure, he's pitched great this year, but we faded him once this year and we've made money. He's not invincible. He's not, I don't think, a day in, day out, consistent, amazing starter kind of guy. And he just went 8 innings, 7 hits, no earned runs. I don't. No, I think he struggles during the year. He starts to pitter patter out, and eventually, I think he'll hit a wall, and he's not going to be that good.
No,
by that good, I mean, like he's not going to be like fucking Martin Perez. He's going to be still a number one, but he's not going to be a guy that I trust in the playoffs, for example.
Okay, well, that's okay. So I can agree with that statement because he gets hurt. I mean, you look at
he wears down.
Yeah, back to the very first year in the big leagues in 2017. Only 7 games, 15 games, 11 games. I mean, he hasn't got over 20 appearances except for once, and that was last season. So he definitely does wear down. I agree with that.
Yeah,
but I mean, when he does pitch, he does a pretty damn good job.
Well, 5 innings, 8 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 starts ago against the Nationals. 6 earned runs. I think I said 8. 6 earned runs, 2 home runs there. I think he's vulnerable here. I think the Blue Jays can win this game. Now let's talk about the market, which is also, helpful for me in this situation to give me some confidence here. 88% of the bets, 98% of the money on the Los Angeles Dodgers. I mean, kind of classic. Of course, you watched them whoop ass yesterday. Everyone's now going to be on the Dodgers there. This opened up at minus 145. Bet Online has already moved this to minus 133, minus 134. Bovada has now dropped this to 140. It opened up at minus 150 there. I think the Blue Jays are live in this game. I'm going to take the Blue Jays money line. Cab, you say Kikuchi.
No, I say Kikuchi. You say Kikuchi.
There we go. Dabby Cab, what do you have to say about this game?
Man, you're at home. I like that whole bottle of whiskey thing. I had one of those to myself last night. It was
I know.
Oh yeah, I texted you, didn't I? I was gone.
Yeah.
Look,
I heard I got a text message from Dabby Cab after Jimmy and I lose a bet, and all it said was, "Don't go against the waffle." I was like, you know what? You're right. I texted Jimmy. I was like, "How the fuck are we going against the best trend in sports betting. How are we doing this? And we both agreed we're never going to do it again. So,
bro, I'm so mad I didn't bet that one. Look, I had the Phillies first 5 bet also, so I was glad we cashed that yesterday. But but I was so mad I stayed off that one. Like, that was the bet that I was bringing to the table, and then I heard the money and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a pussy and stay off. And well, here we are.
well, yeah, that's how it is. By the way, I'm getting plus 126
That's
for
look. This is I mean, I don't like taking unders in Dodgers games, but I would probably look under if I was going to bet this game. I think this is a pretty even pitching matchup at this point in time in the season. I agree with you. And 20 games or 20 starts for these guys, I'd take Kikuchi over Glass now. But for right now, I'll personally stay off this and watch it. Just a great baseball game.
It will be. It's going to be fun to watch here. I can't wait. Blue Jays money line official for me. Nice to see everyone in the chat. Troy Torrance up in here. Nice to see you, Troy, owner of another amazing play as well. The cash cow play of the day. The Cowcat cashed again yesterday very easily. Shout out to you, Troy. We sweat a little bit actually because the 9th inning got hairy there, but good. God bless Mason Miller for going back-to-back days for that under there. Rocco Rogers, Mikey Money in the chat here. Another play we all love, the ribeye play of the day. I'm sure everyone will be tuning in for that as well. Shout out to you, Mikey Money.
He hit that one yesterday.
Of course he did.
We need you guys to hit the like button and the share button right now. The like button's cool, but even more importantly, share. Go let everybody know we're in here. One day Jose might step up his game and do a giveaway on his show, even though he did it on my show. You know what?
That's true.
I'll do it. If we get to 200 people live today, I'll shoot somebody $25.
Cabby. Somebody, you're sending someone $25 today. Shit.
Cool.
200 live viewers is going to be fun. Now I have to tweet that out. All right. Well, by the way, guys, 95% of the bets, 93% of the money on the over in this game, and it really has not moved at all. So I also would be on an under. It's actually gone from minus 115 to the over to minus 125, and Bovada is already showing a 7.5.
Oh, you need to keep your schedule open on May 9th, that weekend.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Mikey Money's coming back in town, and him and I are going to be there in San Antonio, so you better be ready.
Oh, interesting. That's funny because my brother is going to be in town as well.
Good. He'll enjoy too.
Yeah, that'll be funny. All right. Well, let's move on to your Texas Rangers, Dabby Cab. Michael Lorenzen versus Hunter Green. A game I don't have action in yet, but who knows? We can break these games down. Hunter Green, we all know his deal now. Last 2 starts, 7 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned runs against the Phillies. They lost 7-0. Against the Mariners at the Mariners, 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run. It's okay, I guess. Not the depth, but shout out to Michael Lorenzen, who's come out pitching really well. He went 6, 3 hits, 3 earned runs against the Braves. That's very impressive. And then 5 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs against the Tigers. Solid start there. So shout out to him. Minus 126 here for the Rangers. They're giving the Rangers a lot of respect. The offense a lot of respect. I stayed off this game. I'll be interested to hear what you have to say, Dabby Cab. Let's talk about the market. Market in this game, 78% of the bets, 61% of the money on the Rangers here, on the total here, 66% of the bets, and 68% of the money on the over. It opened up on the money line here at minus 125 for the Rangers. Bet Online has it at minus 126 right now. And Bovada, curiously enough, minus 130, but this opened up at minus 130. Now it's minus 132. So not much movement on either side on the money line here. Total in this game opened up at minus 110. Now is being juiced to the under, actually, and an 8.5 is being shown with juice to the over on Bovada there. So it's very interesting that it's moved down to the under with only 34% of the bet, 32% of the money. Thinking that maybe these guys pitch well here. Dabby Cab, first of all, well, I know you're not. I was going to ask you if you're going to this game, but you're in the butthole, so never mind. First of all, do you have any action in this game? What do you think? I'm going to be excited to hear what your thoughts.
Look, Hunter Green is somebody that a lot of people, I feel like, for the last 2 years have been just waiting, right? Waiting for him to get right. I don't trust him anymore. Hunter Green's control is a problem. His stuff is electric. His fastball's good. His breaking stuff's good. But his control, the way he falls behind in counts. And when he gets behind in counts, he has to use that fastball to bail him out. And when you're in that situation as a pitcher, you got people sitting dead red on a fastball. I don't care how hard you throw. You can throw 105 miles an hour. You saw with Aroldis Chapman, he threw 102 with movement, and it wasn't a strike, and it was still a 2-run bomb for the Brewers the other day. I know you saw that.
Yeah, that was nice. That was nice because I cashed the Brewers live money line with that. That was great.
There's a perfect example of somebody sitting dead red on a fastball. That was 102 miles an hour with movement, and it wasn't a strike. Still,
well, what's funny about that too? Now that I'm thinking about it, Gary Sanchez hit it. Gary Sanchez has seen that fucking thing so many times because he used to catch Aroldis. That's so funny. I didn't think.
So
he
was sitting fastball. It didn't matter if it was a strike, a ball. It didn't matter where it was. He was just sitting fastball, and he drove it. It was that simple. And I think Hunter Green's going to put himself in that situation today, where he has to use a fastball. And this is a lineup. You got Nathaniel Lowe coming back and healthy finally. He's been on a tear since he got back. Obviously, you got Garcia. We'll talk a minute about Corey Seager. Dude hasn't had a hit in literally 315 at bats. It's insane.
Oh no, I haven't. Your Jesus Christ is now fallen. What the hell?
Well, the good news is I took the multiple losses in a row and stopped betting it a couple games ago.
Fair.
I guess if that's something you call good news. But here, let me pull this up. Obviously.
Oh no.
Okay, let's see. Holy shit. So back on April 19th against Atlanta, he went 1 for 4, and he got that hit in his first at bat, if I'm not mistaken. So 3, and then he went 0 for 4 against Atlanta, 0 for 4 against Atlanta, 0 for 3 against Seattle, 0 for 2 against Seattle, 0 for 3 against Seattle. And excuse me, he got a hit last night. He went 1 for 4. So dude is literally like 2 for his last 40 at bats. Absolutely not good. But, I expect him to turn it around. We've seen him get in slumps before, and he comes out of it. It's just part of baseball. I like the Rangers here, Jose. Lorenzen is their best pitcher right now. I hate to say it. It's terrible to say, but he's their best pitcher right now. They're at home. I think Hunter Green is going to dig himself into a little bit of hole where he has to use fastballs. I like the Rangers here. I'm going to take them first 5. Let me look at my numbers. You can move on, but I'll let everybody know when I lock it in.
Okay. Fair enough. We'll keep it pressing here. Debbie Cab likes first 5 Rangers in this game. Let's go to Oakland, Baltimore. Shout out to this game. Won us an easy under yesterday. Now we're getting a battle of 2 lefties. Sears coming off of his revenge start against the Yankees. 6 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs against them. I can't believe we weren't on that under there that game. But and he's coming off of 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run against the Cardinals as well. So I would say, obviously Paul Blackburn and JP Sears days are the ones that I want to bet the A's typically, but I just didn't have any interest here today against the Orioles. The Orioles are a different kind of team. They don't give a fuck who's in front of them. They'll just keep hitting and playing. Irvin coming off of a good start in his own right, 6 2/3, 4 hits, no earned runs against the Royals at the Royals. And then after that, or before that, 4 2/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs against Minnesota there as well. Market in this game. Let's talk about Oakland, Baltimore. Unsurprisingly, 89% of the bets and 96% of the money on the Baltimore Orioles here. So no one should be surprised by that. It opened up at -168, and it's moved up -160 or -173, I should say. Bovada opened this up at -179, now -185. So it's moving up, but not something I'm interested in betting on the opposite side here. Probably don't want to back JP Sears coming off of a great start like that, to be honest. 58% of the bets and 50% of the money on the over, so pretty split on that, right, Dabby Cab? Any action for you in this game?
This is a tough one. Sears isn't just coming off one good start. He's coming off 3 good starts. He went 6 1/3 against Texas, didn't give up any runs, turned around and went 5 against Seattle or St. Louis, he gave up 1 earned run there. And then obviously the one that you just mentioned, the Yankees, 6 innings, 3 hits. My favorite thing about these last 3 starts is he's not getting hit. Okay. So like you look at the game against Texas, 6 1/3, he only gave up 1 hit there. The St. Louis game, 5 innings, he only gave up 2 hits there. The Yankee game, 6 innings, he only gave up 3 hits there. People aren't seeing the ball against him. Obviously, the only bet that I would make as a side would be the Orioles here, but I'm not doing it. I think Sears has been pitching good enough for me to just stay aside.
Yeah, no action for me here. Troy Torrance is saying that if the line keeps going up, Orioles could be a cash cow. And I'd probably agree. If the line does definitely keep going up, the Orioles would probably roll. So shout out to you there, Troy Torrance. We'll see how the market develops as the day goes on. Cardinals Mets. I sweated out this under, but we got this one yesterday as well, thankfully. I got Sonny Gray versus Adrian Hauser here. And obviously, Sonny Gray, very good pitcher. He's coming off of his, worst start of the season, a 6 1/3, 5-hit, 2-earned run performance against the Brewers and a 2-0 loss. The issue really is just the Cardinals offense has been so bad that it's been hard to back Sonny Gray and any of their pitchers. So if you think Sonny Gray is going to pitch well, I'd probably still stick to unders here. But Adrian Hauser, doesn't inspire confidence. You can be at least a little more secure about betting him because he's coming off of four innings, 7 hits, 8 earned runs off the Dodgers. So you could make that note and say he's going to bounce back here against a bad offense. Sure. Let's talk about the market in this game here as well. Money line here, sharp money on the Mets, 37% of the bets, 70% of the money on the Mets. So bigger bets on the Mets there. For those who don't know, let's see how the market has moved that money line here. Opened up at minus 125 for the Cardinals here. Now it's minus 130 at Bet Online. So only 5 cents of movement. Bovada here as well opened up at minus 131, now minus 135. So slight movement towards the Cardinals, interestingly enough. Totals wise here, 77% of the bets, 72% of the money on the over. Interesting. And this did jump down. This opened at 7.5, juice to the over, minus 120, and it is now minus 115. So 5 cents, not really that much movement. Like I said, I lean under in this game. I just can't bet overs in any Cardinals games at all. So no action here for me as well here. Lean to the under, Cab. What do you think?
I really want to bet the Cardinals here, but I just don't trust their offense. You touched on it. This game's a conundrum for me. I wouldn't take an under. I hear what you're saying on the under, but I wouldn't take an under with Adrian Hauser on the mound. Fuck that guy. He's got more walks than he does strikeouts on the season. If you look, he's already got 14 walks to the only 12 strikeouts, supporting a 1.76 whip right now. So he's almost letting 2 people on every inning, which is just, it's outrageous. And obviously that last start bolstered those numbers where he gave up the 8 earned runs because he has a couple good ones in there. But, against Atlanta, he got torched. I guess it's just one of those things. The better hitting teams are hitting him, and this is not a better hitting team. So I understand looking at the under. Again, I would back Sonny Gray and the Cardinals in the first 5 because I think that the Cardinals can get me a couple runs off Hauser. Even with how bad their offense is, I still expect them to give me 2 or 3 runs. And I think Sonny Gray gets through this between maybe 1 or 2. So we're looking at a variance of a run. I would take the Cardinals first 5 here. I might do it. I'll let everybody know if I do.
Yeah. No action here, but I will say I'm going to, and I have officially moved on the under in the Blue Jays Dodgers game, 7.5 here as well. Coin started mentioning it. The 7.5 are starting to appear everywhere. Like we kind of mentioned, we saw the juice was on the under 8, and we think I told you guys that 1 was going to pop up. So that's not really surprising, but I've said this, the other day, and I'll keep saying this. I feel better if I like an under and it goes to my under here. If it moves down like a half run, and I would rather bet the 7.5 than I would an 8 right now, it seems. So I'm on it. Dodgers under and Dodgers Blue Jays under, and I'm on the Blue Jays there as well. So no action for me in this game. Let's move on to another bet I have here. Dabby Cab.
Let's hear it.
Boston Red Sox, Chicago Cubs. Now, everyone knows what happened the other day. I've been leaning towards the Red Sox on several occasions. I told myself I'm not going to bet the Red Sox this year. Everyone calls you a biased piece of shit, blah, 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 blah. Let's just not bet the Red Sox. It's not good for your bankroll, even though I've had a decent record betting. So I leaned to them like 4 times. They win every time. And then I forget what day it was the other day. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to bet them. The market says I have to bet them. I bet them. They lose. Classic. Now, here we are again. Chicago Cubs on the road here. And we know, again, there's going to be a lot of Cubs fan there. Ben Brown coming out of a relief role back into the starting rotation. And he looked really good earlier in the year. His last start was on the 15th. So, over 15 days ago now. But he had 2 relief appearances. 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run at Arizona. He was very good. Troy and I talked about him as well, as I believe on the chat or at some point about how good this guy has looked. Now, I'm a little concerned, obviously, that he went from the starting rotation to the bullpen. He pitched a little bit. Now he's getting pulled back. So that's going to be interesting to see how that affects him. He's a young pitcher, so I'll be interested. And the Red Sox are in a bullpen day with Winkowski on the bump and a pretty fresh bullpen.
He hasn't thrown more than 3 innings. So even though the routine might be a little different and routine's important, I mean, it's still kind of the same situation he's been in.
Yeah, well, I expect him to go deep, though, for sure. Like, he's going to throw, 6 innings here. Not Winkowski, Ben Brown. But
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's I was talking about the other.
Yeah, Winkowski will throw like 3 innings and then it'll be bullpen. And what's nice about the Red Sox bullpen day today is that they threw their shitheads yesterday. Jolys Rodriguez threw. He fucking sucks. Blew a lead. Classic. So he's not pitching today. Zach Kelly just got called up. Burned him. That's fine. So the Red Sox bullpen pieces are pretty together here as well. So let's talk about the market here. Everyone saw the Cubs win yesterday, so 72% of the bets, 65% of the money on the Chicago Cubs here. This line opened up at minus 120. It is now minus 111 on Bet Online. Let's talk about Bovada as well, since I've been mentioning it a little bit today. Minus 122 opener, now down to minus 117. So I think everyone knows where this is going here again. But let's talk about the total real quick. 76% of the money, 83% of the bets on the over in this game. And we are starting to see 9s actually here as well. Open up at 8.5, minus 115. There's juiced 8.5 at minus 120. And Bookmaker is showing a 9 already. And so is Just Bet, whatever that is. But my bet in this game is indeed the Boston Red Sox money line, full game. We're going back to them. As Jimmy just said, they're just another team. And the market says that they're going to win this game. They're live in this game. I'd like a bullpen day for the Red Sox. I don't love Winkowski, I will admit. He's not my favorite reliever, and he's going to come out of this bullpen and go, again, like 3 innings again probably. So we have to survive that, but I think the Red Sox win this game. Dabby Cab, what do you think?
I don't hate it as a side. I like the total. I mean, I hearing that it's getting pushed up over, especially with the fact that you got, bullpen's going to get involved in this game early. I'd look at the over. Maybe a first 5 over 4.5. Hopefully for you, we're looking at a 3-2 ball game at the end of 5 innings. Red Sox up 3-2. And that first 5 cashes, and then the first 5 over cashes. Or you got full game with the Red Sox or first 5?
Full game, yeah.
Full game, okay. So I bet the Rangers first 5. I'm more interested in this first 5 over than I am in taking Seattle. Let me look at my numbers, but first 5 over 4.5 minus 110 sounds pretty good to me. I think that's where I'll be at.
It's going to be a fun game for me. And what's the worst is that I obviously watch all the Red Sox games and I sweat them out. But when I have money on the Red Sox, it gets a lot worse. As well. So it's tough. So it's going to be a fun game for me to watch. The Red Sox full game money line plus 101 for me here. Let's ride with the Red Sox. All right. Let's go to our next game, Nationals, Marlins, and yet another bet that I have circled on this. Parker Mitchell, who I have discovered this year. I had no idea who this human being was up until a few months ago, I guess, a month ago, however long the season is now. Just pitched well. A good lefty here. And if you pitch well against the Astros as a lefty, I tip my hat to you. 7 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs against Houston last time out. Against the Dodgers, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. Like, that's just the back-to-back incredible starts here. Now, he's going against a Marlins team that, if you've listened to our show, we all know that they are a dog shit this year. But we all know specifically they cannot hit lefties. This month, they are dead last, 40 weighted runs created plus against lefties. And this year specifically, I'm watching Helga just gesticulate to our dog to get her to come to her room, and it just was very funny there.
Did you just gesticulate?
Yeah. Move around.
I can contact. I understand it meant the word probably comes from making a gesture. Don't spill that. Making a gesture. I get it. But who the fuck says gesticulate? Gesticulate, and then claims that English is their second language every time that they don't say something right.
Yeah, well, it is. That's what it is. My brother used to make fun of my shitty grammar and diction, so I had to put some words in my bag, I guess. But
like the aforementioned gesticulation. I don't speak English though, guys.
I don't. It's my second language. Shout out to Spanish. All right, market in this game. I was pretty surprised to see this. 75% of the bets and 86% of the money on the Marlins. Is this just everyone looking at Edward Cabrera and knowing who Edward Cabrera is versus not knowing who the hell Parker Mitchell is? Is that what we're doing here?
All I know is
go ahead.
They were plus money yesterday, and I sat there forever like, am I really going to bet the Nationals? But I'm sitting there like, why the hell are the Marlins plus money? Like, or are they a favorite? Excuse me. Why the hell are the Marlins a favorite? I kept thinking that yesterday, and then here we are again today in the same situation. It makes no sense.
No, I said the same thing yesterday as well. I said, why are the Marlins even favored here? They win. I sat on the sidelines. I was okay. Well, make that note. But you guys heard all that money on the Marlins there, and this opened up at minus 133. It is now minus 127, so it's already dropped a little bit. On Bovada, again, since we're mentioning it here, it opened up at minus 136. It actually got up at one point to minus 140, minus 142, and now dropped to minus 133. So I think this is a national spot here. I will also be taking the Marlins full game here, or sorry, not Marlins, Nationals full game there as well. Now, you guys are talking about a total here, so let's talk about the market and the total, and maybe we'll get some information there. Interesting. It's pretty split. 44% of the bets, 51% of the money on the under. So it's pretty split in that aspect, but it's dropped actually. Opened up at 8 minus 115 and dropped to a 7.5 pretty quickly here as well. So I don't want any action on the under actually, just because the market's pretty split money wise. It's interesting that it's dropped, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if Edward Cabrera pitched well. He's a good pitcher. But I just think Parker Mitchell will match him. Marlins can't hit lefties, and then I'll trust the Nationals bullpen over the Marlins bullpen. So I don't want to say it's an easy bet, but I like the Nationals here as well. Full game money line. Dabby Cat, what do you have to say about this game? If you're talking, you're muted.
No, I was not talking. It takes me a second to unmute it.
Sorry, I'm not looking at the screen, so I just wanted to make sure.
That's how I'd bet this would be the Nationals if I was going to bet it. I get it because Marlins being a favorite, like I said just a minute ago, drives me crazy. I mean, Cabrera can pitch his ass off. He's one of the few bright things going for the Marlins here. What I will say about Parker, man, that .58 whip is because he hasn't walked anybody yet. Now, I know he's only thrown, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 innings, right? He's only thrown 12 innings, but 12 strikeouts, 1 strikeout per inning, no walks yet. Going against a team that can't hit lefties. Yeah, man, I'd look Nationals, or I'd just take the under. If you're somebody who likes Cabrera, I'd look at the under, but I'm not betting this game.
Yeah, I'm on the Nationals here. And by the way, Nationals against righties. I believe Edward Cabrera is a righty. He is. Nationals against righties this year. Surprisingly, 14th so far in the full season. That's average 100 weighted runs created plus. So average there. But for a Nationals team, that's pretty good. So I'll take that. And for the month, I know it's not that big of a sample size. For the month, they're 22nd, 94. So a little worse. So we'll see how it bangs out. But I am on the Nationals plus 118. And I wouldn't hate an under like you guys are saying. So let's keep it pushing here. And let's talk about the game that I'm sure everyone wants a little piece of action here, Dabby Cap. Did you know there's a Mexico City game this weekend? Series, I should say. No? Well, it is.
Is that why the
Astros-
total is so high? Gotcha.
That is why the total is so high. Astros, Rockies here. 16 for the total. And I've watched these games now for a little bit. We've watched the London series fly over, and that was weird. We watched last year, and I believe Rocco Rogers reminded me they split totals. The first one went way over, the second one went way under. I think I'm just going to bet the under in both of these games, and if I split, I split. But I'm just going to challenge these guys to hit the 16. Because first of all, are the Rockies going to contribute to this total? Because Ronel Blanco, though I think he's going to regress, and I think he's going to be, turned back into just an average pitcher, has pitched well. We all remember the no-hitter, back-to-back now 2 earned run performance in 6 innings against the Nationals and the Rangers. I think he'll come back to life here. Cal Quantrill, for his credit, has had 3 good starts in a row. And he's coming off a shutout in Seattle. So I'll give him the credit. And I think that the Astros will probably score enough runs to win this game, but I don't know if it'll be enough to get over here. So that's what I'm going to be interested in. Let's check out the markets. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this game specifically. So we'll obviously sift through the comments here as well. Money line wise, the Astros are minus 200, 88% of the bets, 94% of the money on them. Kind of, no brainer there. No real movement on that money line as well. It's minus 205, minus 216 at Bovada. So you guys know me. I'd rather be on the dog, obviously, but I'm not going to bet it. 80% of the bets and 80% of the money on the under in this game. That's not typically not a position I want to be in, truthfully. But this opened up at a 16.5 and is now a 16. So that does make me feel a little better in that case. God, this actually got up to 1.17. Jesus.
Hey,
I wish I could have bet the under 17, but I'll take the under 16 here.
1 second. I'll be right back.
All right.
Somebody's knocking on the door. I got to put the do not disturb on it.
Okay. He has to tell one of my cousins to leave him alone. All right. Well, I'm on the under in that game. I think it's going to be very interesting, in the very least, to see what it has to say. Let's talk about the comments in here. Jake Burns, that is hilarious. Team total over 4.5 is minus 1,000. My God, that is great. That is fucking funny right there. Let's see here. Brother and Goggles and my dude are both yelling about the Orioles. Okay, they're gonna win. I probably agree with you guys, so I'm not gonna bet it, but good luck. I hope you guys do the damn thing. And you guys know I don't take run lines either, so good luck with that. Welcome back, Dabby. Any thoughts here on this game? By the way, over 3.5 hits, runs, RBIs for Altuve is plus 125. Mikey Money dropping that in there here as well. And Mikey, we need the ribeye, Mikey.
I was just trying to pull up some of the props on here, and I can't see some of them. So, but that sounds about right. So it's just juiced to extra, because usually it would be 2.5 probably. So just juiced up 1. I like that, Mikey. Jose, I don't like betting these games though. Like, who was it? The Padres last year. And I want to say Darvish pitched in that first game, and I still backed Darvish, and I won, but there was like 21 runs scored in the game. And I love the fact that I won my bet, but it sure didn't feel like I made a good bet. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it felt like a guess. And the Rockies are used to playing in Colorado, so I mean they're used to the ball sailing. So they're the team that I would worry about. But minus 215 for 7.5. That's crazy, man. That's a full total for a team.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts. I'll stick to betting the under in both games, and we'll see if either one of them cash. Like I said, Rocco, I believe, said they split. I challenge you guys to go fucking do this, and maybe they won't be used to the elevation. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, no, that's my action in this game. Dabby is off everything, but I could see you betting a prop or two by the end of this. Justin McElvey said he's going to bet Alvarez and Tucker trifectas there as well, so that's going to be fun. A little home run, RBI, hit action there. Mike M saying this over is going to smash. Well, if it does, I'll still be on the under tomorrow, and I'll split my bets, so I'll be okay with that. And Jizz Boy. Rockies can hit, but they also aren't consistent. Usually take a loss. All right, let's keep it rolling here. Royals, Detroit. And by the way, it's hilarious that we're sending both those teams to Mexico. Both those teams, obviously, the Rockies are dog shit, but the Astros are horrible this year. So it's very funny to me. And by the way, if there's going to be a pro one-side crowd, it's going to be a pro Astros crowd. How do I know that? I live in Texas. That is how I know that. Royals, Tigers here. Brady Singer, Casey Mize. By the way, Casey Mize has not lost a game and he has pitched yet. His team has not lost. He's undefeated. I thought that was very funny to see there. Minus 115 for him here against the Royals. This is a huge series. I mean, every time these teams and interleague happens in the AL Central, it's going to be massive for these teams, division race wise. It's a good pitching matchup. I didn't want any action on it, honestly. I definitely lean towards the Royals, though, as dogs here, just because Casey Mize has not been my cup of tea. I've always been more Scooble than Mize, and that's blurred out a little bit. 6 innings, 5 hits, no earned runs against Minnesota last time out, so that's a really good start for Mize. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs against Texas. A lot of people dicing up the Rangers nowadays, Dabby. Damn. Against Singer. That's true. Singer, 6 innings, 5 hits, 5 earned runs against the Blue Jays. So, again, I don't know why I have this sick perversion of just betting the pitcher off the bad start rather than continuing to ride a hot guy. But I have no action here on the surface. Let's talk about the market in this game here. Wow, 37% of the bets, but 97% of the money on the Royals here. Jesus, that is crazy. This line opened up at minus 107, minus 103 for the Royals here. And wow, it's weird. This line seemingly has flipped. It was minus 115 Tigers. And then at, about an hour ago, it seemed like this flipped to minus 106 to the Royals here. It's very interesting. I need to pull up Bet Online to just visually see that it is a minus 106.
Again, the line flipped.
Yeah. It's now, it was minus 10 or minus 115 to the Tigers here. Now it is minus 106 to the Royals here. Very interesting. I'm going to be on the Royals. I tend to bet these flip games. And that is a pretty big flip there. So Royals full game will be on my card here. Dabby Cab, what do you think?
That's what I would do with this also. And for anybody who's new, Jose and I will not always agree. If we disagree, we just say it. But I agree with you on this, man. I think this is kind of like the Nationals game we were just talking about. The wrong team's favored, in my opinion, which is no longer the wrong team because the line flipped. But the initial line had the wrong team favored, in my opinion. If I'm not mistaken, the Royals were favored, the Tigers were favored yesterday also. And the same thing I thought with the Nationals against Miami. I was like, man, this line doesn't seem right. You look at what the Royals are doing, man. They just won 3 of 4 against the Blue Jays. Then they won their first game against the Tigers. So they're on a 4-game winning streak right now. Tigers have been playing a lot better baseball this year than what we've been used to with the Tigers sitting at 14-12. But it's early. It is early in the season. They've dropped their last 2 games. This team could very quickly regress to the Tigers that we're used to. And I've said it. I think the Royals are the real deal. 17-10 right now on a 4-game winning streak. They're young. They've got that stuff in their dugout. They've got that mojo. Royals or pass right here.
Royals or pass for Dabby Cap. By the way, I haven't really looked at the weather, so I apologize for that. There's some wind, heavy winds in some games, so I'll briefly touch on them real quick here. In Cardinals Mets, 14-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, but that's Citi Field, so I don't know if the wind can really be trusted there. Marlins is domed. The Red Sox, that's blowing out, 8-mile-an-hour winds blowing out. Astros Rockies, 15-mile-an-hour winds blowing in, left to right there. So that's interesting. That makes me feel a little better about the under there.
Think about it. That total was 21.5 the first game last year. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I know it was double. I know it was in the 20s. It wasn't in the teens.
Yeah, the totals are ridiculous in this game. They're quite fun though. In this game, 17-mile-an-hour winds blowing in right to left there from the first base to third base. That is crazy. It dies down to 15 to 12 throughout the game, but still heavy winds in this game here. So I've seen a lot of people I've mentioned the no home run in a game bet, which is interesting. I've never bet it. I probably won't. But Mally, I wouldn't hate that here. Let's talk about the total as well here, just to be sure. 54% of the it just changed actually. 51% of the bets and 47% of the money on the over in this game. And did this total move? Opened up at 7.5, and it actually jumped up to 8. So yeah, no, Mally Mal. Just if you're a friend of a friend, Mally Mal, can you look up what no home run would be in the Rockies Astros game?
That's literally what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Just for a laugh, Mally Mal. What could it be? What could it possibly
be? Let's take a guess.
Plus 10,000.
Plus 480.
Oh my God. Plus 480. What?
It's a guess.
Right.
I don't know.
All right. Well, plus 10,000 will be my.
Is that
my
real
guess.
prime time? Because if it's really plus 20,000, I'll bet it. But there's no way it's plus 20,000.
Plus 20,000?
That's not real. That's not real.
Oh my God. We'll see. 10 to 1 was my guess. Yeah. Prime time. So that's crazy. All right. Let's get to Yankees Brewers here. I lost on the Yankees yesterday. It was a little annoying. It was extra, so I wasn't that bitter, but it was slightly annoying. Rodon versus Joe Ross here. I woke up today thinking I'm going to go back on the Yankees here today. I thought I'm going to get up here and talk about how good I think Carlos Rodon has been all year, how I've said this was a bounce back year for him, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. However, let's talk about the market because, that's one side of the capping. I need all the things to line up, and I'm not going to sit here and spout his greatness if the market does not align today. 68% of the bets, 74% of the money on the Yankees. That is all well and good. But this line opened up at minus 125, and it has actually dropped. It is only now minus 114 for the Yankees. It is on Bovada. This opened up at minus 132. This is now minus 113 there. Well, that you guys know what that means. I don't want to be picky choosy with that shit, like if that trend, that method or whatever we're going to call it has been working for me all year, I'm going to just continue to bet it. It's just crazy to me that
you're taking the opposite side of what you wanted to take.
Yeah, because 68% of the bets, 74% of the money are on the Yankees here, and these fucking books are not giving away free money, as we say.
Figured it out
constantly.
I know why you're having such a good season. You're fading yourself.
There you go. See, there you go. It has all come together here, but they're not giving away free money, guys. They're not going to make the Yankees cheaper to bet when everyone's already betting them, and say, here, take minus 113. Everyone's betting it right now. Take the cheaper price. We'll give it to you. They're not doing that. I don't like this bet, but I'm going to bet it anyways. Milwaukee Brewers, full game money line here. I will continue to bet the opposite side of what the books want you to bet. And that is a profitable thing for us this year. And I'm doing it with confidence. It is actually on my book. I'm not even getting plus money for the fucking Brewers anymore. Minus 109 for the Yankees it is. Minus 101 for the Brewers. That's fucking insanity.
I got no interest in this game because I would take the Yankees. There's no doubt. I think it's with Rodon on the mound. It's begging you to bet it, and I'm not going to do it. So
Yeah, this is again. This was the bet I was going to go against going into the show. This is now probably my best bet of the day. So we'll make that with what you will. That's fucking crazy that money and now that shit's moving that quickly. That's just insanity. What Rays, White Sox? I mean, this will probably be the shortest breakdown of the fucking show because I actually have no action, no interest in this game. The only time I will have semi-interest in White Sox games is when they are against a minus 300. And by the way, Dabby Cab, we know the White Sox suck balls, but there aren't any minus 300s in this, this streak of sucking balls. So I will, that always will make me feel better about fading them when they come up because they don't come up often. And perhaps for a White Sox team that sucks like this, they should. So it's very interesting. Jonathan Cannon versus Aaron Savali. Savali has been kind of up and down. His last start was shit against the Yankees, 4 2/3, 8 hits, 5 earned runs. Against the Angels, he went 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs. Cannon's coming off of a stinker, 3 2/3, 9 hits, 6 earned runs against Minnesota. No action here for me, Dabby. Anything for you?
this is the worst game that we've talked about today. No.
Yeah. Worst game.
I mean, what do you
86% of
wanna
the
do?
bets.
You want to take the Rays, who have lost 4 of their last 5, including last night against this exact White Sox teams, 4-9. Like, is that what you want to do? You want to take the Rays at this price when they can't win a fucking baseball game?
No, I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. This is 100% White Sox or pass. The Rays suck this year, and I think they're going to be the last place team in the AL East. The Red Sox will definitely battle them for that. But I think they stink. Their offense isn't good this year. Their pitching has been failing this year so far. I'd much rather have the White Sox here. And what's hilarious about that is that 86% of the bets and 95% of the money are on the Rays here, and it has dropped down to the White Sox. So I'd be semi-interested in the White Sox here, but I don't want my money on this game. Nothing here for me. Let us continue with Guardians, Braves. Man, it's an interesting game, and I say this frequently as well, and I need to keep saying this to remind myself that I've lost so many under bets with the Guardians this year. Like the Guardians have fucked me so many times this year by just finding this offensive stroke they have. And shout out to their new manager now. So, but I just can't jive here and try to bet an under or feel good about betting an over with the Guardians Braves spot here. Morton's is a crafty enough pitcher that I think will continue to pitch decently. He'll have his spots where he gets blown up, but I think he'll be more back and bet on than fade. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs against Texas. 5 2/3, 7 hits, 6 earned runs against the Marlins of all people. So tough there. But Tanner Bybee has not lost, again, undefeated this year. I've said this a couple times, but I like making that note. Undefeated when he goes to pitch so far. 6th start as well here. So 5-0. It's very interesting. 5 2/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs against Oakland. 5 hits, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run against the Red Sox.
Muted.
I probably just pass this game. I respect both these pitchers.
He's 2-0 because he hasn't got through 5 innings 3 times.
Yes, but every time he pitches though, his team has won.
Gotcha.
What I say here. But says 93% of the bets, 97% of the money on the Braves here. That's insanity. I think the Guardians are a good enough team that they could easily beat the Braves here, but I don't want to put my money there. It opened up at minus 177, down to minus 174 on Bet Online, down to minus 162 actually. That's, green flags there if you're a Guardians backer. Opened up at minus 190 for the Braves. Now it is minus 168 on Bovada. So, again, more green flags if you want to bet the Guardians here. If I was betting the Guardians in this situation, I would probably take a team total just because I'd be a little scared. Let's talk about the total. Maybe if the total jives with the over, that's when I would consider taking a team total. 82% of the bets, 82% of the money on the over. And this total has actually dropped. God. Again, I hate this. I hate this sick need to bet unders in the Guardians game. I hate it. Opened up at 9 as a minus 115. Now is an 8.5. It's disgusting. With again, 82% of the bets, 82% of the money on the over.
So here's the real problem. I understand that you're talking about the Guardians because that's the team you've been betting the unders with, but it matters who they're playing. So you're going to bet an under in a Braves game. Like obviously the Braves, they play unders games all the time, but it's just one of those things. It's like fading an ace. You got to pick the exact right time that he's going to blow up and have a bad game. It doesn't seem profitable long term unless you're like a psychic. Taking unders with the Braves. The only thing I bet in Braves games is the Braves team total over. The Braves team total is at 4.5 here today. I think that's a good bet. I think if you bet the Braves team total over 4.5 consistently throughout the year, you'll have a good ROI. Right now, when I've bet it this season, I'm 4-1, so it's worked out for me on the Braves team total. I don't think I'll get there today, but I do think that. And shout out Matty Ice, yeah, shout out Matty Ice, our guy in there. He said he thinks the Braves rake. I saw that. Hell, I've got 2 bets so far that I've made. I'll recap them at the end of the show. I might add this as a third one, but for right now, I'm off.
I'm off as well. Let's keep it pushing. Shout out to Matty Ice as always. Phillies Padres here. I was exceedingly annoyed I did not take the Phillies yesterday. And I'm probably going to be pissed off that I don't take the Phillies here again. But I'm not going to. Dylan Cease has been great this year. I saw a tweet, and I don't know, I don't have it up in front of me right now, but right-handed batters are like 1 for 56 against Dylan Cease this year.
Jesus.
Just ridiculous.
Jesus, that's crazy.
He's insane.
What is that? Like a 0.2? Like what is that?
I think it's like an 0.56 batting average against.
Wow.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. And obviously 7 innings, 1 hit against the Rockies helps. But he went to Milwaukee, a team that's been good this early part of the season. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run there. It's crazy. But Ranger Suarez on the other side has done, very similar things. He's coming off 3 straight scoreless appearances now. I think it was like 26 scoreless straight innings for Ranger Suarez. So, I mean, obviously when you cap this game, this is like the first like dumb bet, like, oh, under. First 5 under. These pitchers are incredible, blah, 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 blah. But I try to not make those bets all that often unless the market jives. We'll start with total. 63% of the bets and 59% of the money on the over in this game. Shockingly enough, thinking these offense can get to these guys. Opened up at a juiced under, a 7.5, minus 120. Basically still there. Juiced under, minus 118, minus 120 at many books here as well. Money line wise, we have 58% of the bets, 56% of the money on the Padres here. And it has jumped down to the Phillies, interestingly enough. Mine opened up at minus 118, now minus 113 to the Phillies there. So I'm not going to bet the Phillies today, and I'm probably going to, again, be pissed off when they win again here. But I think the Phillies do win this game. I just don't want to go up against a guy like Dylan Cease and hope that he goes like 5-6 innings and then I can get to the Padres bullpen. That would really be the hope here. And again, I have some sick need to back a pitcher that's coming off of a shit start than Ranger Suarez coming off 3 amazing ones. So no action for me here to start off. Dabby Cat, what do you think?
I love, Matty Ice and I are great minds think alike. We're on the same page a lot. I would only take the Phillies or pass, but I just said it just before. I don't bet unders with the Braves. Shout out to our guy. I can't highlight today because I'm on a different one, but Coin put it in the chat. The Braves team total over 4.5 is 17-7 this year. And I love that you have that, Coin, because I don't know if anybody heard, but maybe it was a week or 2 ago. Actually, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I said it on Betting with the Bag. I said, look, if you take the Braves team total over 4.5 every single time it's at 4.5, regardless of who's pitching or who they're playing, I promise you that you're going to come out on top. And right now we're sitting at 17-7 with it. So it's showing to be true. And that's how I like to bet baseball, because it's a game of averages. Everything regresses to the norm, whether it's positive regression or negative regression. It's a game of numbers, right? But back to this game, I don't bet against aces, and I'm damn sure not betting against somebody who right-handed hitters are 1 for 56 off of. That's incredible. I wouldn't mind looking at an under here. I'm not going to take it. As you know, I liked the over yesterday. I think maybe the reason all the money is on the over here is simply because of the fact that all the money was on the over yesterday, and those people that cashed see the same total and they don't know better. But yeah, so all that being said, this game's a stay away from me. Phillies have been a cash money for me. You know, my last 2 days, I've had 3 bets with the Phillies, and they've cashed all 3 of them. So no need to fade them for me here. I'll just stay off this one.
Yeah, I'll stay off. I mean, I should, again, Matty Ice is preaching the gospel of the Phillies there in the chat, and I should be on the Phillies. Again, I'll keep saying this. I think the Phillies win the World Series this year. I think that at the end of the day, they'll be the best team. And I'm not a Phillies fan. Like, everyone knows, I fucking hate their shortstop. He's
What's his name?
Their shortstop.
What's his name?
The Philadelphia shortstop.
Oh, okay. What's his batting average? Can you say that?
I'd have no idea. I wouldn't know. I don't check that man's stats.
Here, I got you. I'll give it to you. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Let's
I hope
see.
he's sucking. I hope he's struggling this year. I bet you he's hitting under 300.
33. Woo!
Damn it. I was hoping he'd be hitting under 300. Well, I did see that he got caught stealing for the first time in 40 some attempts. So good. Fuck him. Pirates Giants here. My good friend Martin Perez, who made me cry once. Shout out to Martin Perez.
What do you mean he made you cry once?
Yeah, he made me cry. Well, he made me cry twice. When he pitched against the DR, when I was there for Venezuela in the World Baseball Classic, I was in tears in the stands. And then he sang the national anthem for Venezuela at a spring training game, and for some reason, I was like, "What? Why am I crying right now?" And it was great. So that was nice. It was just me sitting by myself in Florida and watching a spring training game, and I just had headphones in, just weeping silently. So that was my afternoon then. But Martin struggled against the Red Sox. The Red Sox kind of know him pretty well. 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs. Excuse me. They're 5 2/3, 6 hits, 3 earned runs against the Mets. He's been okay, but Jordan Hicks has been phenomenal this year. I tip my hat to Jordan Hicks. Minus 144 could be argued is pretty cheap here. But this game was also a stay off game for me. I didn't really have any interest. Jordan Hicks, 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run against the Arizona Cardinals Diamondbacks. I'm thinking NFL draft, I guess. And then against Miami, 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs there. So that's very interesting. Market in this game, let's talk about it real quick before I give the mic to old Dabby Cab. 84% of the bets, 89% of the money on Los Gigantes there. 70% of the bets and 66% of the money on the over in this game. Not really any movement on the money line, only really 2 cents there as well. And for the total, it is basically the same. You're starting to see some 7.5s though pop up there with all that money on the over. Is interesting. Dabby Cap, what do you think?
I was about to say under, and you just capped it towards it. You said the market is kind of telling us that the under's the look. I'm not against Perez like I am Nick Martinez. I'm not a huge Perez guy. He's a tough pitcher for me to get behind with an under, but I think that's where I'd be at this one. He's sitting 1.43 whip. That my problem with Perez is, as long as I can remember, he has people on base every fucking inning. Like, he'll have games where he doesn't give up any runs, but he still has people on second and third base with 1 out, and somehow he'll get a strikeout or a short pop fly and just find a way to get out of it. So it always feels like I'm, walking a thin line when I bet with Perez. I'd look under here though. Jordan Hicks has been pretty good this year for the Giants, and this just seems like an under, man. Especially with the way the market's telling me under.
Under there for Dabby Cab. I just sounded like Alexis almost died in the other room there, so I almost had to jump into man mode and save old Helga there for a second. But that was very funny. Yeah, no action here for me, Dabby. By the way, our guy Connor Hurdy Keller is that your name? Yeah, Kelly. Excuse me. Connor asking about the player prop unders. Yeah, I took it in the mouth yesterday, and I only bet 2 of the 3. Connor. So it just I realize it takes a dedication and like you have to be there and ready to bet all these fucking things. And I cannot do that. I don't have the time to do it today. And I simply Helga just came and showed me she now has a band-aid on her leg for whatever she did. So there was blood. There was apparently blood, Cab, over here. But yeah, I don't have the time today to do it because I'm busy today, unfortunately. I think at the end of the day, it's going to even out and it'll still be a winning proposition. But I keep missing games and it keeps causing me to have losing days on top of it. Now, I got fortunate yesterday. The first game went into overtime. And I missed that one, but I do think you should keep doing it if you have the time to do it and the bankroll to do it. All right.
My dude just came in and said it's plus 1,800. Debbie Cabot. He must be talking about the no home run in that game.
Yeah. So is that what you're referring to, my dude? I don't have that bet, obviously, but I'd sprinkle that. I'd put like 10, $15 on it.
$10 on it, bro? Why not?
Yeah.
I wouldn't make it like a bet, but $10 might get the wind's blowing in. You never know.
Obviously, super elevation. If any fly ball gets elevated even a little bit, it's fucking might go out. But like,
Altuve is going to hit a home run on his first at bat. But
yeah, and if it happens, even if it happens, you just have a laugh about it. Just $15, throw it on there. That's what I would do there. Twins Angels here. We've talked about Jose Soriano here. Now his 0-3 record is a little deceiving because he has been very good this season. It's been, I think Jimmy said that he's the hardest throwing starter, not named Hunter Green or Jordan Hicks, I believe. I don't know. I think he's actually harder than Jordan Hicks here as well. And he might be the hardest throwing person that's not named Mason Miller, actually. So he's been crazy. And by the way, Prime is saying no home run is plus 30,600, whatever you want to call it.
Is that
I'm not
real?
going numbers right now. I just need to know something. 36-1. What are we talking here?
I mean, if I was saying I'd do it at 1,800, I got to do it there.
Yeah. So again, let us know. I'm going to text my friends in my gambling group chat. Pizza money on that. And then when it loses in the first thing, they're all going to shit on me, but it's okay. Twins Angels here, but Soriano has been great, coming off of a okay performance against Cincinnati, but it was 3 runs, all of them unearned in a 3-0 loss. So very funny there. Tampa Bay, he destroyed 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run there. Chris Paddock got destroyed against the Orioles, but bounced back against a shitty White Sox team, 7-6 hits, no earned runs there. I kind of lean under here, but I was looking at the Angels. Truthfully, 34% of the bets and 34% of the money on the under in this game. So surprisingly enough, everyone thinks this game goes over, and the market's moving towards the over. So I stay off the under here. Opened up 8.5 minus 110. Now it's juiced 8.5. Now some 9s are popping up, so those 9s will be coming here quickly. Make a note of that there. And as for the money line here, 65% of the bets, 76% of the money on the Angels here, and unfortunately, it is now minus 122. It's kind of moved around a little bit. So I didn't want anything to do with this. I want to refresh my odds page real quick because it seems like my odds page just crashed and shut down for whatever reason. So that's lovely. But no action here for me. I'd be interested more on the under in this game than the Angels, it seems. What do you think?
Yeah, this is definitely not a game that I'm interested in. The Twins, they've covered the run line in 4 of their last 5 games. They've won all 5 of them, but they've covered the run line in 4 of their last 5 games. Seems like they're starting to get right finally. They're still 12-13 on the season, but, got a win streak going. That's all it takes in baseball is, a little bit of a streak to get right. But I'm not going to waste everybody's time. I'm not interested in this game at all.
Yeah, I've got no action here. Sorry, Just Boy. I wouldn't. I don't have a strong opinion either way on if this is a twin spot or not. So no action here for us, Just Boy. Let's go to our last game here, and I'm gonna have to do a search on FanDuel myself to see what this home run prop is apparently because I'm interested. I can't bet it, but I just want to see what it is. Slade Ciccone. Slade, a very interesting name, Slade. Versus George Kirby here. Ciccone coming off of a 6-inning, 2-hit, 2-earned run performance against the San Francisco Giants. I think he knows like it's one of those situations where he has to pitch really well to stay in the rotation. So he has all the motivation in the world to keep doing it against my guy, George Kirby. I love George Kirby. He's my favorite non-Red Sox pitcher. I just think he's a goon. He throws a bunch of strikes, and I love him. But he's hard to back. He's always juiced. The Mariners offense never gives me confidence. We see a 7 here for a total. A 7, which is very tough. Money line wise here, 79% of the bets, 62% of the money on the Diamondbacks, on the Mariners, and 75% of the bets, 67% of the money on the over in this game. Dabby Cab, last game on our board. Any thoughts on this game?
Man, nobody's going to like it, but I would just take the Diamondbacks team total over here. I know Kirby can pitch, bro, but even if he does go 5 or 6 innings and gives up 2 or 3 runs, that's still a quality start. And the Mariners bullpen has been great, but still, I just like the Diamondbacks team total here. I don't really have a lean as a side because, like I said, I don't like to go against people that throw like Kirby on a side. But as far as like saying that I still think he gives up 2 runs through 5 or 6 innings, I got no problem with that. I think he does. I would take the Diamondbacks team total here. I'm going to have 3 bets when we recap, though, so I'm not going to add right here.
Okay.
We got our ribeye here.
Oh, Lotus Goriel. Ribeye play of the day for old Mikey Money. Mikey, pop the record in here, Mikey. Flex your shit. What's the record here for old Miguel Dinero as well here? And of course, you pick the fucking hardest names for me to try to spell out here while I'm doing the show. But Dabby Cab, let's recap our plays here. I know you're going to do it very quickly, and it's not going to give me any time to type this out. But what are you on here today?
You want me to go slowly?
Yes.
That's what I'm doing right now. You didn't hear that pause, that time, that break? It's not because I'm thinking.
You're just finalizing your card, obviously. I'm
just taking my time. Give me a break, bro. Do your job. Let me do mine.
You're getting your ducks in a row right now. All right, Mikey, put that fucking record in. Go ahead.
Rangers first 5 money line. You can get it at -120 there. I'm also going to be on the Cubs Red Sox first 5 over 4.5. That line's all over the place. You can get it at -110. You can get it at -125. You can get it at -119. You can get it at -120. You can get it at -115. You can get it at -123. You can get it at -127. You want me to keep going?
Sure.
Jose?
No, you're good. You do whatever you want at this point. I got it made.
Okay. So Red Sox Cubs first 5 over 4.5. I'm probably going to have to take the -115 because that's the book that I got. But like I said, there are -110s out there, so go look. Red Sox Cubs, and then I will go ahead and take the Braves team total over 4.5. Let me pull up my juice for it really quick. Braves team total over 4.5, -110. Beautiful. So those are my 3 bets.
All right. Beautiful Dabby Cap. Thank you as always. My bets here. Oh, and by the way, obviously, shout out to Mikey Money, the ribeye play of the day. Lotus Goriel there, +195. Shout out to Mikey Money. By the way, Cav, I'd be an asshole to not ask if there were any bets that you thought about making and didn't make.
Not today.
Okay. All right. Very confident in your bets today. Good. I love that. All right. My action here, and let's go. I pulled up FanDuel to try to find this home run prop, and I just gave up immediately. Whatever. I don't care that much, obviously. My action here today: Toronto Blue Jays +126 full game money line, and the under 7.5 in that game -110. Boston Red Sox money line. It's hard to even choke that out for me. +101. The Nationals money line +118. I am on the under in the Mexico City game. Astros Rockies under 16 -115. I wish I could have got the 17. That would have been nice, but whatever. I'm on the Royals money line -104, and I am on the Milwaukee Brewers money line at -101 for me there. You know, it's funny, Dabby Cab. As you know, we track all of our action, et cetera, and we see where we're. I've fixed my spreadsheet so I can see what my bets are, like my percentages or whatever for my type of bets this year. My totals bets this year are hitting at almost 70% so far, 18-8 this year.
How are your
And
Red
my
Sox bets doing?
0-1, 0-1.
That's that's
Oh,
100%.
We're getting it back here today. We're
Okay.
getting it back here today. I can't wait. But thank you everyone for joining the program. It's nice to see you guys in the chat as always in the morning. I appreciate you guys coming in here, sharing your action, sharing your looks. And by the way, shout out to Mikey Money there. He's 5-3 on Jimmy's show, but he has to keep a say hey record apparently as well. So shout out to you there, Mikey
Or you could just keep
Money.
the ribeye across the board.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. But whatever you want to do, Mikey, I'm not going to tell you what to do there. Slade or a famous punk man in the 70s. Very interesting, Nuke Worker. I didn't know that either. I was watching a documentary on Wham before the program today. It's very interesting.
Like
Professor, not Trot Wham, but Wham the band. Yes.
Okay. Well, I meant
Prime.
Trout Wham.
Yeah, but no, I'd be interested in that documentary as well. How the fuck did they get to Wham to be so tall? Eric Castle, Lucky Lefty, my dude, Jess Boy, Terrence Moore, Old E. Appreciate you guys. Mally Mal, my dude in here as well. Eldorado Custodian, shout out to you. Kenny Can in here as well. My guy, Justin McKelvey. Thank you as always, my guy, for being in the chat. I'm sure you have your stacks play today.
He dropped
I
it
didn't
somewhere.
type it down. So, yeah, I didn't type it down. So, let us know what it is, and I'll shout it out here at the end. Nuke, it's nice to see you as well. I need to get to fucking work on those cornhole videos. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. But appreciate you, Nuke, my guy, Bo Jackson, T. Gray. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate it. Let's get after it here today. It's going to be a fun day of baseball. Dabby Cap, I wish you luck. You have an eventful day. Is there new Dabby Cab in the family? Dabby Cab Jr. Senior?
No, this ain't my thing. I got a bottle of whiskey and this right here. I'll be in the hotel room watching baseball.
Well, have fun. That sounds like a lovely day. We appreciate everyone. Real deal. Follow us both on Twitter. Oh, here we go. Beautiful. Stacks play of the day. Trey Murphy, over 17.5 points there. Appreciate you guys. Follow us on Twitter at Jose Bouquett, at Mr. Dabby Cab there. It's not actually Mr. Dabby Cab. It's just at Dabby Cab. But appreciate you, Dabby. We'll see you guys tomorrow. TJ will be joining us here again for Say Hey Plays. Till then, say hey. We'll see you guys next time.